had decided, because the Sipolilo operation offered a better place than the Wanke one. Immediately you cross over, it's bush right through, and then you get mountain ranges and so on. We've done our reconnaissance. We did our reconnaissance in that area and decided that we were going to create a main base right on the mountain ranges, and that the units would then be dispersed from this base to their destinations in smaller numbers. The ones that were going to come to South Africa, to cross over to South Africa, would probably be given one zebra guy who would accompany them up to that area. And there would probably be a small unit, just a section of men, 25 and 6. And we're going to disperse them in those small numbers. And the base which we're going to create was going to be the headquarters. And we would have continuous communication with that base, with that headquarters. And therefore it needed to be defended properly. And this is why we crossed into that area, even anti-aircraft weapons, in case the Rhodesians came, so that we were able to defend that area properly. We decided to improvise and build our own pontoon. You see, pontoons that cross the rivers. And we came up with the idea, Comrade Modise actually is the one who came up with the idea, after he had looked at the pontoons that were crossing in that Kazungula border area with Botswana, and he had noticed the drums that are under there. He came up with the idea, let's get empty drums, make sure they don't have any holes, and let's have drums lining up there, and then put in planks over them, and it becomes a pontoon. In that way, you are able to carry more materials. And they were not small pontoons, they were long, from the wall there up to that place. And the width was also big. We were even able to load onto that pontoon donkeys, which we're going to use across for carrying the ammunition to the place which we had figured out would be the headquarters. That we were prepared to take the risk together with them. If anything happened to them, it would happen to us. And we decided to take the risk. And in actual fact, that decision had not been taken earlier before, but we took it right at the crossing point, because that crossing took almost 2 weeks, and it was during the rainy season, and it was raining most of the time. At the end of it, Comrade Joe Modise said, comrades, after this difficult crossing that we've done here, with the rains falling and so on, and after we'd lost our first pontoon, which capsized in the river together with the ammunition and so on, we decided we need to give confidence to the men. So let us cross. There's Comrade Mavuso, Comrade Nkiwane, Comrade Mavuso with us, Comrade Nkiwane, if I remember very well. Mavuso had to cross in order to keep on the communication with Jackie back in Lusaka. We decided it was important, and we said our reconnaissance team should take us right up to the place where the headquarters was going to be created. And that's the 50-kilometer area, which is mountainous and very thick bush. And we wanted to remain there with the commanders at head office and be able to witness the first dispatches of small units of people. But it is the commanders who said, no, you now go back. If anything happens to us here, that would mean we all destroyed and we have no commanders. You go back. We tried to resist, but they said, no, it's enough. You go back. They actually protested and said, you must now go back. You are endangering the whole struggle. If anything happens to you, it will be very difficult to have you replaced back at headquarters, and that might be the end of the struggle. For the first time, we're getting orders from our juniors, from the detachment commanders. They would not accept any excuse. Let's just say, we have made arrangements. First thing tomorrow morning, you carry your kit bags back. We'll inform you. We have the communication. We'll inform you of what is happening.